So this is my code for my Fireworks OCR coding challenge. First off, we start off with the variables for the whole form. We have a list for fireworks, or fireworks list, and it's a image type. We have num, so it's just an integer, another integer for amount, and then a user interval for a timer. We have a x and y coordinate, and then a secondary x and y coordinate. Then we have random, and then we have some random x coordinates and random y coordinates. So we have a panel which is used to paint, and this is the panel, and this will be used for all our animations for the fireworks. And we work off whenever the panel needs to repaint itself, we can put in another frame of the firework and it will print that out. So here we have if number is less than fireworks list count. So if number is less than the amount of elements in fireworks list, we run this code. And if the random button is checked, so if the user wants, random fireworks, if the amount is greater than 30, we keep it to 30. So we don't want any more than 30 fireworks, otherwise it might get too much, or some of them might not render properly. And yeah, it wouldn't look nice. We have for int z is equal to 0, so z is less than amount and increments by 1 every time. We have the x coordinate is equal to the random coordinate of z, so it retrieves a random x coordinate from a list. So it's generated, and then we get a random coordinate, and we also do the same for the y. And then we draw in using these x coordinates and y coordinates. So here we're drawing in the frame we need, so fireworks list, and then in square brackets number. And then we get in the width and the height as well. And then we just use e.graphics.drawImage. Otherwise, if amount is greater than 12, so they don't want random, we don't want any more than 12, we say the x coordinate is equal to x and equal to y, so whatever the users put in. Otherwise, it'll just be 0, 0. We'll do another for int z equals equal to 0, and similar to this, except we're adding 300 to the x coordinate each time. Because they didn't specify a location, we're just going to do it one after the other, and 300 is a rough image size of the image. Okay, we have animation tick, so when the timer ticks, we just add 1 to number, and then we invalidate the panel, and this actually calls all this to repaint itself. So when the panel invalidates, it means we're just repainting it, and it calls this code we've just looked through. Okay, the execute button, so it's going to call the timer, so the default is going to be white. The user can change it. We have a combo box, so if it's 0, it's white. If it's 1, it's green. Okay, for int g is equal to 0, so we add the images to the firework list. So as you can see, there's a file path on my computer, and this is where the images are saved. So it's on my desktop, obviously, and there's a folder, and it's going to go through them, and it's going to add every single one. And I've named them specifically, so if it's white firework, it's going to be white firework 1, and then we're going to add another one to G, and it's going to be white firework 2. So it's quite easy to actually add to the list. Okay, and then also because we need a specific order, it wouldn't make sense if we have like the explosion of the firework before the firework has been thrown up or flied up. Okay, now if the random button is checked, we're going to create a length, so a random amount of coordinates. Sorry. What we're going to do is we're going to create a length for list, and it's equal to the amount the users put in. Then here we are going to get a random x coordinate between -100 and the width of the panel. So it's just how long this is. So we have from -100 to the end. The reason why we have -100 is because we can have some fireworks come on screen, but it's still rendered in, because you'll have the right side of it showing in. Just helps to have more space, so the fireworks are spaced out more, and same for the y coordinate. We have an else if, so it's after this if loop. Else if they have coordinates put in, so if we look in here, we have an x and y coordinate put in. If they put numbers in there, and we can actually turn them into numbers, we're using the .try_pass method with an integer. We can actually go ahead and set those as the coordinates. We want to check out if they can actually be passed into integers, because if they can't, then we're going to just throw up with an error. And then we just have the timer and a restart button so we can reset the program, and that's what this code is. Just resetting the coordinates, clearing everything. Okay, we have a interval button, which if they want to change how quick it's firing, we can change that, and we can also change the amount of fireworks. So let's actually run up the code now. So I'm going to choose a green firework, and let's say I want 10 fireworks. Click the button, and I want it to be random, so we're going to execute. There you go, you had 10 random fireworks. If I don't want them to be random, and let's say I don't want to specify a starting point, there we go, you see you can just goes in an order. And I can also specify a starting point, so I can stay, let's say I want to start from 100, 50, you'll see that, 100, 50, we'll see that they've been shifted over. And we can also check the timer interval. So let's say I want it to be a timer interval of 20. I'm going to set that. And let's say I want 20 fireworks this time. And also this time I'm going to set it to a white firework. And I'm going to want random. Let's see what happens. Yep, you see that's very fast. And we can simply just change that. So restart.